I want to talk to you about formula that you absolutely need to know like the back of your head as a real estate agent if you want to get more real estate listings from your marketing. Now, if you understand this formula, you will be able to get a lot more people reaching out to you asking for your help as a real estate agent based on their intent. Over the last 7 years, I've helped around 700 real estate agents, working with them one-on-one in the trenches from some of the top 50 teams in the United States to brand new real estate agents. And every time I've seen a realtor really implement and really just digest this formula, they always achieve huge growth in their businesses when it comes down to their real estate listings. And it all came from this exact formula when this was implemented. Now, what is this formula? Well, we need to go back on this question of how you can influence homeowners and how can you get them to think, well, hey, I probably should call you. I probably should call this real estate agent, right? So according to evolutionary psychology, all the decisions we make as human beings are making on the axis of pain and axis of pleasure. Now, all the actions we take, so every single thing that we do are based on these two things, pain and pleasure. So we take these actions because we're either moving away from pain or we are moving towards pleasure. Now, everything we consider valuable is either taking away from pain or bringing us closer to that pleasure. So to get homeowners to want to work with you, they have to believe that your service is going to be doing these things. Your service is valuable for them in a sense that is a route for them to either get away from pain or moving towards pleasure. So it is sounding very simple. This is probably the most simple thing you could ever say, but 97% of real estate agents are doing this wrong. And here are the 4 things you gotta be doing to doing it right. So the first thing is feeling understood. Demonstrate to homeowners that you, as a real estate agent, as a person, understand their pains better than they can understand themselves. Those things are their fears, some of their worries, frustrations, motivations related to whatever things they're going through their lives. Maybe it's upsizing, they're going through their lives where they're getting a new children, new family member, right? Now they have to find a bigger property. Maybe they're going through a life transition, right? Maybe they're not working remotely, so they need an extra office space. So all the sounds, all those things are not coming true to their family members. Or maybe they're downsizing, right? Maybe their kids moved away, no longer they need that big house, but they can actually save some money by downsizing and to live a better lifestyle. Or whatever it is related to selling or moving, right? Maybe they're just moving out of states, but now they have to find a new property. So most agents, they try to market their services to everybody and everyone. And in reality, the market to nobody, because really nobody is talking about these things when you look at real estate marketing. You actually go to a real estate agent's page, nobody's talking about these topics. So to make this clear for you, imagine that your neck is stiff, right? You're a little bit jet lagged even, your neck is stiff, right? And you got like painful headache in your head that kind of stems from that, right? You're feeling that. So now you're feeling that emotion. So you go to Google, right? You search it up and you keep searching for things like, let's say, top masseuse or aborted massage therapists or things like this. You go on Google, right? And you try to find a solution. And then you suddenly see a marketing message that says, do you have an annoying headache from a tight neck? I'm a massage therapist specializing in unlocking tight necks and shoulders to wipe away your headache in less than 30 minutes. Now, which one would you go for? Would you go for that or would you go for awarded massage therapists, right? Now, technically, you could go for either one of these two, right? But which one are you more likely to go for? So if you're not clearly demonstrating to the homeowner that you understand their pains, you understand their worries, frustrations, emotions, right? You could be the best massage therapist in the world, right? But if somebody else communicates that feeling, somebody else communicates that problem in a better way, they will still get that business. So if you don't demonstrate that, they won't believe that you can actually take them away from that pain and move them towards that pleasure. So that's the thing you have to do with your marketing, right? Is that even if you are a top rewarded real estate agent, even if you are a top producer in your field, even if you have 20 years of experience, you want to demonstrate that from the homeowner's perspective or home buyer's perspective about what are those pains, what about those problems that they experience and how they feel like. Ultimately, that is a massive, massive trust builder, because most of the times homeowners, the only thing that they see is marketing around the real estate agent. How many years of experience they've had, how many transactions they've had, how great of a realtor they are, but rarely do you see realtors talking about the homeowners themselves, about the homeowner's perspective, about their needs, pains, frustrations, and worries. So if you can demonstrate this is a massive game changer in your marketing. And this all goes to things like your website, things like your content, all these things. So you have to be able to talk about these things to be able to build that trust. Now, second thing is loss aversion bias. Your marketing must get people to understand the pain that comes from not working with you. So most of the times, real estate agents talk about things that are useful, right? Things you're going to be getting as a benefit of working with a real estate agent. Maybe it's comfort, convenience, etc. But the thing is, with your real estate marketing message, you have to get people to see the element of actually not working with you. So the harm, the risk, the missed opportunity that comes from either working with another real estate agent or either working just by themselves, selling the house themselves, or even as well, maybe not doing the transaction right now, right, but maybe doing it later, a year later, 2 years later, 3 years down the road. So you have to be able to communicate this to the homeowner and explain this in a rational but also emotional way. What are the consequences of not working with you? Right? Because if they sell the house themselves, as an example, right, they have tons of risk when it comes down to doing that, right? If you're selling a house for the first time, maybe you could miss out on $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 in actual value of the house because you're not using a realtor. You don't get access to the networks of the realtor. You don't get access to the negotiation of the realtor. You get access to the marketing to the realtor, right? You're missing out on all these things. So as a result of that, you're missing out on all of that. So you want to be able to demonstrate that, right? Now, in addition to this, most important part is obviously being able to show to the homeowners what it's like to work with another real estate agent, right? And then what is the risk of that? Because a lot of times, as we know, most real estate agents, right, or a lot of real estate agents, in fact, they are not in real estate full-time, right? They're part-time, they're selling 2 houses, 3 houses, 5 houses a year, or maybe 0 houses a year, or maybe you have a new real estate agent. And from a perspective of a top producer or somebody that's very experienced in real estate, right, you want to be showcasing that. Now, if you are a new real estate agent, right, you want to then be showing the opposite of that, right? So what is it like to work with a top producer to have all these houses? They're so busy, right? They have the whole team, they're just doing the work. They don't get any attention, right? You want to showcase that part because now you're trying to invalidate of, okay, well, maybe I don't have a lot of transactions as a real estate agent, but at least I will give you the attention. I will give you all of my resources to market your house, right? So it just depends on what you want to sort of like invalidate, right? If you're a new agent, showcase why they should be working with you. If you are a more experienced real estate agent, show the opposite of that, right? So show those things. And in the homeowner's mind, basically not working with you, it should intuitively feel that they're kind of like putting their hand on a burning hot stove, right? Like, I should have worked with this person, or I have to work with this person, sort of a feeling, right? Where you're kind of like the obvious choice when it comes down to the service, for your personality, your values, all these types of different things. So super important that you want to showcase this loss aversion bias in your real estate marketing to be able to grab that market share also from other real estate agents, but and also them selling their houses themselves or using, let's say, discount brokers or things like this. Now, the third part you want to showcase with your marketing will be reward bias. So the people in your marketing, the audience that you have when it comes down to your marketing, right, they should envision the pleasure, they should envision the reward clearly when it comes down to working with you. And this is something I talk about all the time with our clients, all the time on this channel, right? The financial benefits, the actual convenience, the safety, all these different things, right? They have to come across in your case studies. So what I see all the time is people posting like, just sold, right? There's a picture of a house, it's a price point, $200,000, $500,000. Great, right? Most realtors are doing that, but are you showcasing the actual benefits, the actual process, right? You took the homeowner through the actual negotiation process, all the work you did there. Are you showcasing the prices, right? When you sold the house or the asking price, are you showcasing all these things in clearly demonstratable case studies on your website, on your video channel, on YouTube, right? On your short form channel? Are you actually showcasing that so that every single person that goes through that, right, they're like, hey, now I see the benefits of hiring a real estate agent? Because at the end of the day, right, Hiring a real estate agent costs money. They have to pay for your services, and you have to make that very clear, and you have to demonstrate that very clearly, like, hey, if you work with me, right, you are going to get all these benefits plus the added price, and then also show the proof that you can actually deliver on these promises. So really show them what they'll get when they work with you. Show them that reward. Now, 4 P's in this formula is social proof. So when you demonstrate, you understand their pain, right? When you demonstrate that pain and you build that pain and you build that massive pleasure as well. Like, okay, working with this real estate agent is awesome. They're going to make me so much money, right? It's also going to be convenient, right? The thing is, we can't just be making bold claims. So nobody believes if you just say, like, I'm the best realtor, I will sell your house with the best price. Now, the thing is, like, if you make those claims, you have to back them up by showing the proof. If you don't show the proof, the claims, obviously, they don't work. So you must be able to back up your claims with proof. You must be able to back up your claims with these things. So, and the thing is, most real estate agents, they are kind of like backing it up, right? They're posting just sold, just listed, but those things are like this little, like it's just very tiny benefit you basically get from that. So instead, what you want to do with social proof, right, is you want to be strategic about it. So think about it from a homeowner's perspective, right? Most of them, they don't really know the prices. They don't know the exact price that property should have sold for, any of these things. They don't know, they don't know any of these things, right? So what you want to do instead with your case studies and with your marketing, right, is you want to tell client stories. Talk about the actual experience, maybe the emotions that they felt. Talk about the actual background of the homeowner, right? Maybe they're a family, maybe they've been living with their kids in the house and then they felt this frustration because they wanted to do this and that, right? Talk about the stories and emotions that happened during the transactions, but then also explain the stories, right? Talk about, okay, what happened? What did you do? What you did when you sold the house? What pains and desires did those homeowners have? And how you guys actually worked together? What was the process like? And obviously, what was the outcome? What was the reward at the end? Now, you also want to be strategic about this, right? Don't just show these things in only your marketing, right? But get the homeowners to actually share this on their social media, right? Because it's a big thing. They just sold a house or they just bought a house. Get them to make a post on their social media, and then that way you can actually have something called referrals on steroids, where you have thousands of people see you for free as a referral. So show the homeowners that you understand these things, so show them these things, but don't only talk about yourself, right? Get the homeowners to sell for you, and that's what social proof it's all about. So additionally, obviously, you can have video testimonials, Google reviews, Zillow reviews, right? Do all these things, but try to make them as effective as possible, and then showcase this all the time. So I always see people have 200 Zillow reviews, right? But they're not running any retargeting ads about those reviews for their database, for the leads that are coming in. They're not running any video ads about those testimonials for the leads, right? So do all these things and try to like show that social proof as much as possible to every single person that's interested in your business. And then when you do that, right, you'll be able to position your service as that vehicle for pleasure and a vehicle to get away from pain. So hopefully this video was useful. If you want to get this as a PDF sent over to you, just comment framework under the video below. We'll send it over for you for free. So 4 things when it comes down to this formula: feeling understood, loss aversion bias, reward bias, and social proof. Hopefully this was useful, and I'll see you in the next video.